Nationwide Football League Extra in association with the Nationwide Building Society.
Coming up, the full story nationwide, 71 goals and a dream debut for City's Wild One. We hit fever pitch as the best-selling book moves to the big screen. There's your chance to join in the fun. And a tale of two Terrys reunited at Portsmouth. Could Venables and Fenwick be laughing all the way to the playoffs?
Well, Portsmouth's resurgence was tested this week at Queen's Park Rangers. Back in '83, Venables was manager and Fenwick a player when Rangers last won promotion to the top division. Well, more from those two men coming up. First of all the First Division goals. We'll start with the leaders, Bolton Wanderers, away at Norwich City.
Another weekend, another win, and it all means that if Wolves fail to win on Easter Monday, Bolton Wanderers will be back in the Premier League. One goal was enough at Norwich, Scott Sellers scored it, but it'll be at least a fortnight before Bolton reach for that champagne.
We've always focused in on the next game, and the next game is QPR in 2 weeks' time, and if we win that one, then we would be up, so we look forward to that one.
Any game at Bradford City right now will not be easy. Chris Waddle might have gone, but on his debut, Mike Newell's quick turn and shot made Bradford's first for Edinho. And Bradford had a two-goal buffer when Wayne Jacobs and Nigel Pepper worked a wonderful free-kick routine. And how they needed Pepper's first goal for the club. For the final half an hour, Wolves pummeled the Bradford defence, but only once did they breach it, when Don Goodman's header bobbled over the line. But don't panic was Mark McGee's message afterwards. A win would have taken Barnsley back into the top two, and form suggested that was the likely outcome. But Huddersfield's fragile defence held firm, and so did Barnsley's outstanding goalkeeper Dave Watson. Sir Stanley Matthews celebrated his 80th birthday at this one. It wasn't the best match he's ever seen. Here's Peter Brackley.
Granger and O'Connor organising this free kick. It's the left foot of Granger, straight at the wall. Now Bass. O'Connor swinging over towards Furlong, and then Leg. The breakthrough for Birmingham. It's Andy Leg. 8 minutes into the second half. O'Connor's cross. Furlong was first to respond, and then Leg left unmarked in the middle to steer it past Simon Tracy. His fourth goal of the season, neatly taken. It'll be Whitehouse with the corner. Off the line, he forced it. Couture, was it? It's there. This will tell us exactly what happened. Powerful header by Sanford. That's Couture, and it was indeed behind the line before Furlong cleared it out. And Couture has scored the equaliser for Sheffield United.
Both teams knew this result would have a serious bearing on life at the top and the bottom. Oldham began the day in the relegation places, and that's where they still are, because Crystal Palace held on to Leon Mackenzie's third-minute goal, and Palace are up to fifth.
I think the Bolton's up virtually, and the next 11 really have got the chance of second place. You know, there's plenty of points to play for. I think we've got 3 games in hand and Port Vale above us. But there's no use having the games in hand if you don't win them.
Back in January, Port Vale threw away a 4-goal lead at home to Queen's Park Rangers, but their defence have been rock solid for much of the time since. Once again, 1 goal was enough. Once again, it was Lee Mills who scored it after Alan Tankard's excellent run. Reading have had 11 number 1s since Shaka Hislop left for Newcastle, but Michael Gilks' handball gave Steve Mortone a chance to increase his popularity. Mortone is on loan from West Ham, but Reading want to sign the goalkeeper permanently, and this penalty save felt even better in injury time. Mick Gooding and then substitute Lee Nogan battled it out on the edge of the area, and Stuart Lovell, a striker struggling for form, swept in a winner that's a setback for Ipswich. Smoke signals delayed the start at Main Road for 45 minutes while the fire brigade investigated. But 28,000 eventually got to see a game, and they will have been very impressed after their first look at Dalian Atkinson, a real wild card who lost his way at Aston Villa and then fell out with Turkish club Fenerbahce. But if Frank Clark can harness the talent, City could have a new hero. 2 minutes after Atkinson's debut goal, Stoke backed off again and failed to defend another deep cross, headed in this time by the workaholic midfielder Steve Lomas. These two sides are safe from relegation but have little else to play for. West Brom's performance might have persuaded manager Ray Harford to make more personnel changes in the summer. Charlton were hungrier. John Robinson put them in front. West Brom haven't been helped by Paul Pescasolido's World Cup commitments with Canada. Just as he hits form, Pescasolido jets off again across the Atlantic. But he was buzzing around on Saturday, and the main reason, Andy Hunt scrambled an equaliser. But Charlton manager Alan Kirbishley was delighted with his side's measured performance. And just before the hour, defender Stuart Barmer drove in a deserved winner. Grimsby Town have scored more goals than any of the struggling sides around them, but that cutting edge was blunted by Tranmere, who eventually made their point. Even die-hard Southend supporters might be resigned to the worst after this match. It had all looked so straightforward for Ronnie Whelan's side, who need to win just about every game. And Jerome Bora's deflected shot was followed by another 2 minutes into the second half. Oxford's defence stood still and watched. American defender Mike Lapper headed in. Then came the worst refereeing decision of the season, according to Whelan. Southend's Leo Roger had been booked when he was sent off by referee Steve Bennett. Roger and Southend's players couldn't believe it. It was Bora, not Roger, who'd clashed in the box minutes earlier. A case of mistaken identity that Southend will appeal against, but it won't help them recover the 2 points they then dropped. Nigel Jempson's close-range goal spurred on Oxford, who twisted the knife with an equaliser in the final minute from Martin Aldrich. With success come the rewards. In 1966, England celebrated at this London hotel.
Still plenty to play for.